Hey guys, so for today's video, I created this 2 looks in 1 palette video with the new ColourPop In The Springs palette. This palette did just launch last week, so if you want to know how to create 2 totally different eye looks with this palette, go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, here is a quick look at the In The Springs palette. I think the shades in here are super pretty. I love orange and blue together just because they contrast just so nicely. So I do really like the mix of warm tone and cool tones in here. Alright, let's zoom in and start on this eye. I did already prime it with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, and I set that with a translucent powder. Whoa, the colors are not right. This shade right here is like bright orange, but it looks really yellow on my camera. Is it so neon it like won't show up? Oh, that's kind of frustrating. Well, I'm taking this shade and I'm gonna blend that all throughout my crease. Okay, on my eye it is showing up this neon. Okay, it looks better on the skin than it does in the pan on camera, so that's better. This shade is bright. I love a good bright orange. And then when most of the product is off the brush, I'm going to blend this shade upwards towards my brow. Now I'm going to take the shade Palms Away on the same brush. So I have that shade on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to use that to deepen up the crease. Now I'm going to take the shade Get Aerial on a Sigma E54, and I'm going to pack that all over my lid. Ooh, this shade's really bright too. And I'm going to make sure I bring the shade all the way up into my crease so it connects with my shades up here. That is a super bright, intense coral shade. I kind of love this. Now I'm gonna go back in with a little more Palms Away on the E25, and I'm just gonna blend that in my crease again so everything kind of blends together. I'm also gonna take more Palms Away and add that to the outer part of my eye. Now I'm going to take the shade Hot Tub on my finger. I'm going to start that in the center of my lid and just kind of pat it out. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm just going to take my E54 and pat around the edges of that shimmer. It's a very fiery look so far, but I kind of love that. All right, I think I'm gonna stop there for this lid. Let's move on to the other eye. I'm gonna take the shade Intense on a Sigma E25. The shade name is so funny because it's like intense. I love that. All right, let's put that in the crease. This shade is definitely not as pigmented as the orangey shade that I started with on the other eye. So I dipped back into that shade and I really swirled my brush in it. I'm gonna go back into my crease. I gotta say, I'm not really impressed with the pigment of this shade. Like, I'm really having to dip back in and build up this shade to get it to look like this. And it's still not even that, like, wow effect, you know? Now I'm going to take the shade Soaked on the same brush, and I'm going to use that to soften the edges. Now I'm taking more Intense, and I'm going to just kind of brush that over my entire lid, just very softly. Now I'm going to take Climb Time on my finger. Ooh, that looks really pretty. And let's apply this all over the lid. Ooh, okay, I love this blue. The pigmentation in that shimmer blue kind of makes up for the lack of pigmentation in the Intense color. And then going back to my E25 and just blending around that shimmer. Now I'm going to take Prick Me on my finger. I'm going to add that right in the center and see if that does anything. I wanted this to kind of brighten up the center of my eye, but I feel like you can't really see it. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna call it good for the lid for both eyes. I'm gonna go do my face makeup off camera and then we'll finish up both of the lower lash lines together. All right, my face makeup is on. Let's finish up these eyes. Okay, let's finish up the orange eye. I'm gonna take more Get Aerial on that Sigma E54 and I have it on the tip of the brush. And I'm just gonna run that across my lower lash line. I seriously can't get over this bright coral shade. It's just stunning. Now I'm just taking a little blending brush. This is a Sigma E33 with any kind of skin tone color powder. It can also be like a foundation powder. And I'm just using it to soften up this shade. Then I'm gonna take that highlighter shade Prick Me on a Sigma L04. And I'm gonna use that to highlight the inner corner. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I love a good bright inner corner highlight. Now for the blue eye, I don't think I'm gonna use that intense color because I honestly just didn't love the pigment of that. So I'll take more Climb Time, that shimmery shade on a Sigma E20. I'm gonna apply that along my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take that Hole-in-One shade on the same brush. And I'm going to use that to add a little depth to the lower lash line. I think I'm going to add some of this to like my outer top lash line. I really like this deeper blue. And then again, I'm gonna highlight the inner corner with that Prick Me shade. All right, that is the eyeshadow for both eyes. I'm gonna go pop on some mascara and lashes and then I'll show you the full face. All right, here's a close-up of each eye all done. For my lashes, I popped on my brand, The Bright Lashes, in the style Adorn. It's a very wispy lash that really lets you see your eyeshadow like through the lashes. Super pretty. But anyways, here is the more warmer, kind of orangey side. And then here is what the blue side looks like. I'm still kind of new to doing this whole like 2 looks, 1 palette, and 1 video kind of thing, but when I'm doing these, I really want to try to use the same blush and lip products so you can truly see 2 totally different looks with the palette. So for my blush, I'm wearing the Sigma Beauty blush in Tiger Lily, and then my lip color is the Merit Lip Oil in All Naturel. And then let me just quickly show you what the full face would kind of look like. Here is the warmer side and the cooler side. And again, when I do these videos, it's not really like which look is better than the other. It's more just like I want to show you 2 totally different looks with the palette. But if I had to pick a side, I'd probably pick the warmer side just because those shades were a lot easier to apply and they were much more pigmented in my opinion. Like that Neon Kiss shade and that corally shade right here were so pigmented and so easy to work with. Where I felt like that intense color was like just really hard to build up and I had to dip back into it like 4 times just to get it to show up. But I did really like that blue shimmer shade Climb Time. That one was gorgeous. So let me know your thoughts on this palette and whether or not you're gonna pick it up. I would love to know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.